Right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rahahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well in sound doctrine. Peace, love, and salutation to you, Akim, out there doing the work with truth and sincerity. This is Brother Zariah Allah down here at the GMS Virginia Camp, back with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And this lesson is pretty much going into the scripture that I quoted from Saturday, the in transit lesson that I did before camp with the beloved brother Lakama. And, I spoke about, the 5 months and so on and so forth. And I said that it was in Revelation 8, so I wanted to correct it. It's actually in Revelation, the ninth chapter. So I'm pretty much going into it real quick, just to get some quick edification out of it, because I don't want to steer the sheep wrong, because the scriptures say, feed my sheep. If you love me, feed my sheep. You can't feed the sheep the wrong food, and this work is very important. So, if you make a mistake, correct it and move on. Not saying that we all perfect and everything like that. We all make mistakes, but hey, this doctrine, hey, if we get something wrong, we have to, try to fix it. But I'm gonna start it off in Revelation, the 8th chapter and the 13th verse, and it reads, and it says, "And behold, I heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, 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 to the inhabitants of the earth, by the reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound." Right. So what I went into was basically going into World War III, because as you see, the angel said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa," letting you know that there's only going to be three world wars, right? So going into that, when you read Revelation 9th chapter, it kind of jumps, from World War II to World War III, and Revelation 8 goes into World War One, World War II, and obviously it mentioned World War III when it said whoa, 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 right? So I'm gonna start off at verse 1. This is Revelation chapter 9 and verse 1. It says, "And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit," right? And it says, "And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by the reason of the smoke of the pit," right? So that's basically pretty much, going into, World War II. And if you're familiar, that bottomless pit is known as Europe. And the reason why being is Europe, okay, because if you look at Europe and the natural resources, is basically death there, if you will. So let's say, for instance, they lack in resources, food, and so on and so forth. And to prove that pits are known as lands, all you have to do is go to Second Esdras, the 5th chapter, and in 24th verse it says. Actually, I'm gonna start at verse 23. Actually, 22. Salaki. It says, "And my soul recovered the spirit of understanding, and I began to talk with the Most High again, and said, O Lord Yahweh, that bearest rule of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee one only vine." Okay. And it says, "And of all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof one lily." Right. So one pit. That pit is talking about Israel, because that's the land that the Lord that's the Lord's favorite part of the land. Okay, the Lord has a favorite of everything, and then it mentioned the flowers, the lily, right? So just just to prove real quick that the pit is talking about a land, and that landmass of the bottomless pit is consistent of Europe. So let's go back to Revelation, the 9th chapter, and read verse 2 again. It says, "And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and air were darkened by the reason of the smoke of the pit." Yeah, because there was a lot of smoke in the air, and things of that nature. But why? You read verse 3. It says, "And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth," right? And that locust is a representation of the dog fighters, right? The planes that were flying in World War II, which I believe was made by the Wright brothers, if I'm not mistaken. And it says, "And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth," right? Because you have to imagine, this is, believe, John the Revelator, he was on the island of Patmos around 90 to 93 AD, if I'm not mistaken. So when he was seeing these visions, okay, he wrote down to what he could describe in the terms of what he knew what was in his time period. All right. So that's another reason or indicator that the scriptures is written in code as well, because there was no such thing as planes and so on and so forth back at the time of John the Revelator. So in the sky, if you look far away, okay, through his visions, okay, they look like locusts. And if you see today, if you look at those certain planes, and they have videos on it, basically going into World War II and how the planes were, they look like locusts in the sky. They made the loud sound like locusts, and they took off all the ground like a fleet of them, like locusts, will go and fly into the air, man. Okay, so it says, and there came out of the smoke a locust upon the earth, and unto them was given power as the scorpions of the earth have power, right? And if you're familiar with a scorpion, okay, well, where does his power come from? His power comes from his tail. So these dog fighters, okay, their power came from their tails, because what? They had a gunman or a gunship in the back of the airplane where a man, okay, you had two personnel, one that would basically steer the plane, the other would shoot, okay, shooting in the sky, right? So verse 4, it says, and it was come, Salaki, and it was commanded that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither of any green thing, neither of any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of Yahweh in their foreheads. Right. So that pretty much goes into how, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And what I mean by that is you had elect men, okay, or men that was going to bear the elect men in today's time. Because well, prime example, brother in the GMS Cleveland camp. Okay, his great grandfather, okay, served in World War II, right? So, hey, if that man is of the elect, hey, this scripture would apply to him, because you have to remember that we come from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So these certain men, their lives were preserved to what? To basically have offspring of the elect. Okay, so it says it was commanded that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither of any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of Yahweh in their forehead. So everybody else, hey, they was getting put down, man. Okay, Lord was destroying their asses. Okay, or these, in the war, because the Lord put the spirit on these men, to do these, different things. But you know, basically going into that, hey, these it was a lot of death going on. Okay, and a lot of people were getting injured and so on and so forth. Hey, it was hell, if you will. And it says, verse 5, and to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was at the torment of the scorpion when he had striketh a man. Right. So that 5 months, okay, is what? Is a representation of 5 years. Because when you go to Salakia, World War II dates, it said is World War II was from 1939 September 1st to 1945 to September 2nd, right? So it's roughly around 5 years, okay? 5 years, right? And that 5 months represents the 5 years. And that's basically what I had quoted the wrong scripture. It was in Revelation, the 9th chapter, not the 8th chapter, right? So I'm going to read it again. It says, and to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of the scorpion when he striketh a man. And it says, verse 6, and in those days men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them, right? And ultimately what that's going into, okay, is you had a lot of men that were coming back in these harsh conditions, men without legs, arms, without their rod. Okay, they had the if you look at a picture, you can look it up. Basically, it goes into men's eyes or their face before they went into war and afterwards, man. Okay, they were so depressed and had so much PTSD that they would take, those painkillers and so on, just to automatically kill themselves. They were trying to seek death to basically be put out of their misery. But what? They were being tormented, man. They couldn't die, right? So with that being said, hey, man, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to hope for elect. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach from a sound doctrine. Peace, love, and salutation to you, Akim, out there doing the work of truth and sincerity. Until the next time, I want to say, Kwame Yasharala, Wafa Babal, and Shalom.